Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, the Twisted Paper Studio. I hope you are all well. I said I was going to do some more crafting videos to show you my style of work, so here I am. I figured today we would make a little journal. I have these candy boxes that I wanted to use as my cover, and I'll let you know that they are 8 inches by 5.5. I did a whole video on this already, and I wasn't recording, so I'm doing it again. Thank you for joining me on my channel. If you're not a subscriber and you like my content, please subscribe to my channel. That would make me so happy. I will be continuing to make videos. I do have a lot of plans, so I hope you're ready. Okay, first, well, let's get started here. First, I pick out my cover because I want to cover this. It makes it a little bit stronger. I'm going to be sewing on it. Personally, if you don't want to sew on it or you don't have a sewing machine, you don't have to. You can just glue your edges. And I have 2 things to use. One, I have this roll, which I think is adorable. It's a vintage shelf paper. And then I also have another method where I use some very inexpensive wrapping paper. You can use a paper bag. You can use whatever you'd like. You can use an envelope for mailing, and you would just glue it down. Make sure that you fold, so you would want to put your glue on the top cover of whatever you're using to make your cover. Okay, so I'm going to actually use this vintage piece of shelf lining today. So we'll just get started. I'm going to measure it out here and cut it. And I figured it would be good for this because it already has the sticky side on one side. So let's just try it out, huh? I don't know anything until we try it. All right, so remember, the sticky side is going on the top of your piece. I'm actually probably just going to peel this off first and then lay that down over top. If it cooperates with me. Let's get a book cover and lay it down. Sorry if I'm off film. I'm getting accustomed to this. Okay. And press and pull, and there we go. Okay. And we'll just make sure it's down really good. And we'll go ahead and cut the corners and cut the inset so that it folds down properly. And we'll do that over here. And this corner. Whoops. We don't need this much. Take some off. Okay. And this isn't sticking so well, but that's okay because I'm going to sew this book cover anyway. Okay, now I want to take and make a little slit in here so that my journal seam, where the seams are, fold down a little bit easier so there's not so much bulk. Okay. Here and here. And then last one here and here. All right, and we'll just fold it down. Make sure you press it tight. And if you're using a paper bag and glue, you would just you know, use either a bone folder or a card to smooth it out, same as I'm doing now. Boy, oh boy, I'm sorry for all the noises. And we'll do this. Make sure it's tight. You want it to be as tight as you can get it, because this is going to be your cover. And then pull this. I'm just going to do this a little bit more here. And then come close enough to the edge. Okay. Just like you're wrapping a present, but we're wrapping a book cover. On the other side. And again, I'm not too concerned if it's not sticking, because I personally am going to be sewing this. Oh, look, it came out so cute. Okay. And this just makes it a little bit sturdier, and it also gives it some coverage in case I miss part of my, in case you see through with part of my decorating. Nobody wants to see the box that I used. I don't. All right, now the fun part. Picked out my fabrics to use. So I already collected some, and I have a piece of quilt. I have some flowered pieces, and just in the colors I like to use. I have old and new. These are new, and this is old. This is a brocade. This is vintage. I've had this piece of fabric since I was about 22 years old. I was going to cover a vanity in my bedroom, a vanity chair, and I never got around to it. I have some embroidered doilies. They're my inspiration. I have some vintage doilies, round. I have some lace. I have some polka dot. I have some scraps, some trim. I have, oh gosh, I have so much. I have some vintage embroidered doily. This is like one of my favorite pieces. They used baby pink embroidery thread. I love this. And then just some scrap inspiration of my pinks that I like. So I'm going to collage the front of my book with fabric. That's how I do my journals. So let's get started with that. First I'll need my fabric scissors. Oh, here they are. Okay, and just take a piece to start. Already taken pieces off here everywhere. And I have my vision in my head of what I want it to look like. So I kind of foresee it. I'm just going to lay it out now. And all we're doing is collaging. So you would get your group of fabric together that you like, something that inspires you. You can do this with anything. And then lay it out. And a little trick, if you like decorating, because who doesn't? I do. I love decorating. But if you like decorating, I kind of decorate the cover of my book as I would decorate a room. That's how I do it. I pick things how I would decorate a room, and then I lay them on the paper. I do have a new paper kit out. It's in my shop. It's a bunny theme. I did the paper kit how I would make my journal. I did lots of layers of things that I would just do normally, but on with glue. I just did it on the computer. I like a piece of this stripe. I'm not going to use the batting on this book because it's a small book and I don't really want the bulk. I'll use all these little pieces of scrap in my snippet rolls. I love making snippet rolls. I have those available in my shop as well. Okay, I like that there. I like how this is coming out. And I think I want a piece of this side too. Let's see. Now, if you don't sew, you don't have to sew this. You can hand sew it too. It might be a little tough with the sticky shelf wrap on it, but it could work if you used paper wrap. Let's see, there. Okay, what else do I have? What else? Yes, this piece, a piece of this. This is so cute and dainty. I love this fabric. I actually love all my fabrics. I just love fabric. I didn't use my scissors and I could tell, my fabric scissors, but that's okay because it's not like I'm making a pattern. All right. As long as I don't use my fabric scissors on paper, it's all good. Let's see. I like this. Now after I pick out all my fabrics and I have them set, I'll use a little bit of glue. The glues that I use all the time in my work is in this bottle. If you see me use this bottle, it's Fabri-Tac, and I use Pritt glue as my glue stick religiously. Really, I don't use anything else. Unless I'm working with wood, I need my fabric scissors. I'm not paying attention. Sorry if I'm off screen. Okay. I like that. I like this side too. I don't know. Maybe I'll do that side. I like the reverse side. All right, now I need one more little piece. What do I have? What do I have? What do I have? I have polka dots. Oh, I didn't bring a lot over here with me. I have this little piece of, oh, I like this. Oh, maybe. This is cute. It's a little piece of, it feels like fur, but it reminds me of a baby chick. And I like that. I thought I had another little piece of something. I guess I don't. I don't want to get up because I just started the video. I like this too. What about a little piece of silk? Oh yeah, maybe this silk. I might use this in something else. I think I like this. I'm sure. Okay, let's try that. Definitely like that there. Okay, now to break up some of where the seams meet each other, I'm going to have a focal point on the front of this book, so I'm not too concerned about the front. But back here, I want to break up so much where these angles are meeting each other. And how I do that is I just take a scrap piece of fabric, any scrap piece of fabric that matches in the colors or doesn't match. You don't have to be matchy-matchy. And I just cut a little piece. And then when I sew this together, it's all going to combine it and make it look beautiful. And I just put a little piece there, and then that's really it. So I'm gonna take my Fabri-Tac glue and just kind of pin it down. The glue is acting like my pin on paper. And then I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine and sew it. After I sew it down, I will work on the inside, because I'm going to have to do the inside covers, but I don't do the inside covers until I sew it first, because I don't want to ruin my inside covers with all the sewing. All right, put this here. And I do hang a little bit over the edge, not too much, but a little bit. It gives it some character and flow. And I will also fray it at some point. Let me see, this down here. Maybe I want a little bit of the background to show through, so I won't go all the way to the edge. I'll just leave a tiny bit showing. Gives it some character. Okay, and we'll do the middle next. And just a tiny bit. You don't want to ruin your sewing machine needle. Just enough to pin it in place. And this is collaging your book cover. And you can do this on any size book. It doesn't have to be small. It could be big. It could be whatever size you're working with. I don't know which is I think this is the front. Okay. And I do want this jaggedy edge to be inside here. Maybe I'll show a little piece in the back corner of the under. Actually, I'm gonna use this side. There we go. Okay. And I did like this side. I did. You know what? I need to move this down, and it's okay to maneuver. The glue isn't that dry. It's good. It's easy to move around. I need to cover a space here. Lay that back down, lay that back down, and then bring this over. Okay, that worked. Whew. And I'll leave it hanging a little bit down because I like this down here. All right, here we go. I'm liking this composition. This looks cute. And then I'll take this and put this here. A little bit of a layer to cover up where all these are meeting. All right, I may add some things to this. I know that I'm going to have a focal point on the front. Let's see. I have to take a look to see if I have any trim. I wasn't prepared for that. Oopsie. I wasn't prepared. What did I do with my trim? I know it's somewhere. I have it right here. I have some little pieces of trim. Let's see. Oh, a ladybug. Hi, ladybug. Coco can't be here right now. I like this, but let's see. I wanted to do a focal point on here. I may be changing. You see, I change things very rapidly. Oh, I like the yellow. Oh, I like this. I like it. I just want to cover up this, where this silk meets. I think we'll do that. Make it a little bit shorter. like that. Okay. And there we go. So I'm excited to see what this is going to look like all sewn down. And then I'm going to go take this to the sewing machine, and when I come back, we're going to work on the inside cover and work on the focal point. How exciting. Okay, I'll be right back in video world. Okay, I'm back. I went ahead and stitched it. I've also done a few other things off camera because of the fact that it takes a little bit of time and I don't want this video to take up all your day. All right, so I found some scrapbooking paper and I just stitched around the edges because that's going to be my inset in the book. But let me go ahead and show you. I did too. The finished product. It looks so cute. It's adorable. It came out very well. I love it. That's one. And then this is the one that we were working on together. I think it's adorable. Now I had some puckering in my fabric here, and all I did was do a freehand stitch. I just made a little design in it so I can get the puckering down, because I remember I only glued it just a tiny bit to tap it in place. I didn't want too much glue all over the book, but I think it came out really adorable. So the next step is going to be, if you want your book to have a closure, which I do, a ribbon closure, or any kind of closure with a string or ribbon, however you want your closure to be, I have some ribbon that I would like to put in my book. So I'm going to do that now before I put the inset into the page, the inside cover. So I'm going to measure this out now and see how much. This is how I do this. It's crazy. It's okay. Don't judge me. To measure how much I want to have. And if it's a little too long, I always do it a little too long. I love very flowy ribbon. So I'll probably leave it a little long at first. And if it's too long, then I'll cut it. So I've measured that. And then I will cut it. Little trick that I do with my ribbon when I used to make invitations, so it's a card maker's trick. When I use a ribbon for the tie of my book, a lot of times it gets frayed edges. So after you've finished your initial cutting of the ribbon and the length you've chosen, you can take a tiny, or you could take a candle or a lighter, and you just tiny or quick, not tiny, quick rub it over this ribbon very quickly. You don't want to set it on fire. That's not the object here. Just very quickly, and it will seal it up. It makes it like a little seal so it won't fray. Just a little tip from making invitations for so many years with ribbon. Okay, let's get started. We want to make sure that it's even, of course, and I will go ahead and I put my shiny, if I'm using the ribbon, I put my shiny ribbon down so that when the book is closed and the ribbon is, you're able to see the ribbon, you can see the beautiful shiny side up. All right, that's another little tip. And let's put this in here. Try to do it down the center. It looks about right. And this is going to be held in place by the inside covers. So we'll pick the center. And there we go. I'll just hold it for a second. Make sure it's right. Okay. next step. Now we'll go ahead and set our inset covers. Now I'm going to have a exposed signature, so I'm not too concerned about doing a hidden signature. There's not too many steps to this one. So I already taken the liberty to cut a little piece of linen that I'm going to lay right here as well when I'm finished putting the, oh, see, I told you, I get tongue twisted. When I finish putting the, yeah, where's my word, Donna? Where is it? I still can't find it. It's okay. You know what I mean. I'm using Fabri-Tac glue, remember. It sticks well, quick, it dries fast. I'm sure there are other glues out there equivalent to Fabri-Tac. However, it is my favorite. It dries very fast where I am, and I don't have, normally I'm so busy I don't have time for it. I don't have time to wait for it to dry. I need it to dry quickly and fast so I can move on to my next step. Okay. And if you have an image, make sure it's correctly up or down, and make sure you're right side up in your book. I've done that before. I'm just going to place this here. I'll bring it down just a little bit. And you want to make sure that it's in your opening and it's not touching your seam, your closing seam. So we'll go ahead and give it a try. And it's not. It's very good. Okay? And now we'll go to the other side. I chose a plain side for the back. I'm going to go ahead and glue up that one now. And the middle to cover, you can do it under or you could do it over. I like it over. I don't know, I just like it. I'm probably going to, I thought I was on the back for the front for a second. I'm not, thank goodness. It would be me to mess up on camera. Okay. All right. Now we'll put our back side on very carefully. And we're just lining it up just how we cut it, just inside where it meets the edge. Press it down. Okay. All right. That looks cute. I love it. Now I am going to, I did not say, after I'm finished with this, putting this on, and right here, the piece of material that goes into the center of the book, I do go and sew right here so that it gives it extra hold, so this isn't, so it's not just held on by glue. I sew it right here, and I sew it back here, right here. You can hand sew it, or you can just make sure it's glued down really, really good. But this is where all the pressure is in the book. When you open and close it, and you keep doing that over and over again, it gets a lot of wear. So you want to make sure that that's in place very well if you put ribbon, or if you put a closure in the inside. Just holding this up and make sure that it has a good crease and good movement. Okay. Now, I do want to trim this up a little bit. I made it a little bit too big. So I'm going to do that now before I glue it in. We'll just go ahead and eyeball it, because that's the quick crafter's way. Oh, I'm just kidding. Some people might not do it that way, but that's okay. I do it that way. And I think I want to just go a little, just a little bit skinnier. Not too much. All right, let's see now. Oh, this is perfect. I love it. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and glue this in now. And I just measure like this. Hopefully my glue flows out good. Okay. Let's do this quickly. Come on, glue. Oh, so let me know where everyone's from if you watch my video. I'm from Pennsylvania, the United States. Right now it's snowing outside and a little cold. Okay. You want to use a little bit more glue than what I put there because you want it to stay. You definitely want it to stay. Okay, that should be enough. And then we will lay this down gently. Oh, I just had a thought for my second one. We'll go ahead and do the other one while I'm here. But I had a thought. Instead of it being plain fabric or whatnot, we can stamp on the fabric before we put it down. I think that would be cool. Okay, make sure it's in good. I'll let that dry for a moment. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry for a moment and then I'm gonna move on to the cover though now, while that dries. All right, here's my idea for the cover. I have taken and printed on some linen fabric in your printer. There's videos out there on YouTube that shows you how to print on fabric. My printer that I use is the Epson. Oh, I'd have to, when I put the camera on pause again to sew this up, I'll tell you the name of the printer that I use to print on. It doesn't, I cannot print fabric on my Epson EcoTank. I can't. It doesn't work. It jams. So don't try. I tried already. So what I'm going to do here for my cover is I printed this little image on the front that I'd like to use, but you can do whatever you'd like on the front, or you could leave it plain. It's very cute plain. I like to make a focal point though. I took a light piece of cardboard. You could use a piece of cardstock or a heavier cardstock because I like the crispness, how it holds on the front in my on this project for my focal point. And I'm going to put a piece of fabric down that I chose to match and correspond with all my other work. So I'm just gonna glue this on here, this piece of fabric, and then I'm going to glue this better than I tacked it. I'm gonna glue it on a little bit better. I want it to stay down on here. And then I'm going to tack this on here and then I'm gonna sew it around. And then this piece will be glued onto the front of my cover to give it a focal point. And this way I don't have to sew in my book. I could have done it before, but I didn't. Sometimes this is the way I do things. And I just wanted to show you the way I do it. So this works well with the fabric on the glue on the paper. But wait, I didn't check I want to check my size. I didn't do that. So let me do that. I need to center it and make it fit right. Okay. Yep, this is gonna work just fine. I think I might go just a tiny bit smaller. Let me see. So, I think I might just go a tiny bit smaller. I'm going to take this off up here I'll save that piece. Okay, this works well. This is looking good. It's looking good to me. And I might just go a tiny bit smaller on my cardboard. Where's my little trimmer? All right, hold on, I'll just trim it real quick. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I like that. I want to be able to see my book pages around, my book cover around it. I'll just see. Yeah, that works well. Okay, so now I'm gonna I'm gonna go ahead and show you what I'm Okay, I'm gonna glue this all up, just like so. And I'm going to place this on there, just like so. Okay, now I'm going to cut around it. Okay. And then I'm going to do the same thing. Cut the corners so it folds easy. Oops. Okay. These are all yummy, good scraps. Okay. I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac glue to put down the seam. I hope I'm on camera. Let me bring this up. Okay. Sorry if I was off camera. I'm so sorry. And I'm going to fold this back. I just put a tiny bit. I just want to hold it in place. I'm going to be sewing it, so I just want to hold this down in place until I get it to the sewing machine. There wasn't enough fabric there. I'm not paying attention. Where's my card? There we go. Okay. This is just till I get it to the sewing machine. And now I'm going to put the little picture that I printed on top. I'll tack this down just a tiny bit because I'm going to sew this. No. Oh man. Boy, oh boy. Cat gone wild. Sorry about that. I don't want my glue to dry up. And the cap went crazy. Okay, so I'm gluing this down just a tiny bit because I'm going to sew around it, like I said. I'm putting this down on the cover and make sure it's even. Well, shabby chic even, right? All right. Let's see how that's going to look. Oh, I love it. It looks so cute. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna stitch it, and I'm gonna stitch the little pieces of ribbon in its place, and I'll be right back, and we'll pick out some papers to put on the inside. Okay, I'm back. So before I forget, the printer that I use to print the fabric is the Epson Artisan. It was my go-to printer to print out photographs for my work when I was a invitation designer. Okay, so I'm not going to go on too much further because I realized it's already been 40 minutes, but this is the cover. This is how the piece came out. It fits perfectly. I think it's adorable. That's the cover. And this is the inside. Let's just see how cute it looks tied together with the bow, even though the papers aren't in there yet. Oh, I think it's gonna look so adorable. Oh yes, when it's all stuffed, it's going to look so cute. All right, so if you join me tomorrow, I'll be going over the papers that I'm going to use, and I'll just, if you'd like to craft with me, these are my papers that are right now in my shop. I just printed them smaller, and these are the papers that I'm going to be using in the kit, for my kit in the book for tomorrow. Some are not out yet. These are not out yet. I'm still working on them. Those are test runs. And some are Roxy Creations, which I admire so much. I love her work. Let's see. These are Roxy Creations. And then I have them mixed with mine. Okay, so I'm going to be doing that tomorrow. I hope to see you tomorrow on my channel. If you like this video, give it a little thumbs up for me, please. Thank you. If you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the little bell. It will let you know, or please subscribe and hit the little bell. It will let you know when I have new posts coming up. I will have the second part to this up tomorrow, and we'll go from there. I'm happy to be crafting for you on YouTube. You can also follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok. I do make videos there. I post a lot on my videos on TikTok and Instagram, as well as uploading it into the Facebook. And yes, and I have an Etsy shop. You can find me anywhere at Twisted Paper Studio. Thank you all so much. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Bye.